squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Ay, 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 ay.
All right, Coach. EA coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, and Heinz Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
All right, get set, fellas.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
That's up.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And the ball moved up here now to 2nd and 7 following the penalty. Shotgun now for Carr. Right side caught by Jackson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Right back to him on first down. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Kill.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And a diving grab I think he got that, yes. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. This is Cohen. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. There to stop him on the defensive side, Lorenzo Carter.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
On second down, here's Carr. And that'll be incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is third down. Now Carr. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Boy, you sure don't see that too often.
I guess you can't really call anything a gimme, but you figure with his track record, that's a sure thing. But it turns out, it's not the case.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he hits his target, Deshaun Hamilton. The ball comes out, and this one's going to go out of bounds, so no recovery, but on fourth down, a change of possession anyway. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On the right side, open is Gesicki. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to wind up and air it out. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now back to throw. He's going to fire one deep. Middle of... This is caught inside the 15. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's able to find some room as they get him down after a good run.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
They'll try to punch it in with Yeldon. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football, and they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. He's at the 50. The 30. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play there on the catch and run. 78 yards. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10, all the way down at the 21-yard line.
Now, you wide 88. Where's your hot?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Can't stop us. They cannot hold us down. We're going to keep getting sacks.
First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. From the gun, it's Carr. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th. Carr going to go on 4th down. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Deshaun Jackson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. Justin Tucker for the extra point. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And they're parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Trying to get it to Landry there.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
first down to run with Lynch. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Monday down.
Now Carr throwing on second down. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And this is going to be 49er football. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
Like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10. Now it's the backup Lauletta. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Lauletta. And he finds Hamilton. That's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A very solid gain of 27. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But an alert 49er able to gain possession, so they will indeed hold on to the pigskin. Two minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Detroit! Detroit!
A shotgun snap to Lauletta. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Give him 30 yards there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
From the red zone now, Lauletta. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, Lauletta. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. In for the score. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. Able to spin free. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
You're mine.
On first down, Carr. He's going to air one out. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
It's a hot. But 5-man box.
Throwing again. Carr. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku. And it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now Carr. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now they'll run it with Cohen. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
6-18.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Carr, and that's incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Shotgun now for Carr. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Get down! 185!
Mike is 59.
Throwing on first down is Carr. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. On play action, it's Carr. Going for the deep ball. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Here's Lauletta after the interception. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Lauletta now to throw. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
Detroit! Detroit!
Mixon will get it to start the second half. Space to maneuver at the 40. He's at the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Niners are able to cash in for 6. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Carlson now to kick this one away. Jackson now to return. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a start.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
False start there. That will set the offense back 5 yards.
Brandon, the lineman, certainly flinched there before the snap. A good call.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. On play action. Now Carr. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Here we go. I got 29.
734.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. He sets to fire deep, and he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken at the 18. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball, but how about them just taking it big-time jaunt. Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
That's it, baby.
Lauletta looking to throw on 2nd down. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Keep playing hard, fellas, all day. Woo! Let's get it.
This quarterback now 4 of 6 since taking over, and he's got a 1st down.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
Here's a give to Mixon. And an alley to run. The 20. Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there with now his second touchdown of this third quarter. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Carlson now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And the Steelers set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Carr now on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. That one goes for 24 yards.
I know you don't get anything extra for degree of difficulty, but maybe you should. He's done absolutely everything in this game today, including laying out for that one.
They run. This is Cohen. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Play action. Now it's Carr. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this and you now punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
And the Steelers on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is third down and 12. Here's Carr to throw. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. Carr now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Marcus Davenport there to take him down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he's brought down. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a first down. Now Cohen. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On second down, here's Carr. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Detroit! All right, here we go. Green, 39.
On second down, here's Lauletta. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. The Niners on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. It's Lauletta off play action. And able to find Deshaun Hamilton complete. 23 yards on the play. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Now a play fake, and it's Lauletta. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First target, first catch, and a first down. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter. On first down, Lauletta. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll make it second down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Here's Lauletta. And he whips that one. clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The Niners on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. A handoff to Mixon, and he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And a great job on special teams to down it as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
They'll run it. Here's Lynch. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. The job 1 to pick up the 1st down is complete. That was a big 3rd down conversion, but they got to watch the clock. It's starting to become their enemy a bit here in a 2-score game.
Which means they have to pick up the pace, right? The tempo has to be upped. And what they do is they tell the quarterback in his helmet, hey, listen, when we pick up the 1st down here, tell everyone we're going. We're moving now to 2-minute offensive phase, and everyone on the bench area, they're waving them along too. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. To throw his Carr. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Throw right side taken in by Pettis. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Carr, got to have this one. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. On second down, here's Mixon. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this.
Detroit! Detroit!
Throwing on 3rd down, Lauletta. And he gets it down to the 32. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to make it 4th down. Now to try the field goal, and here's Daniel Carlson. This will be from 49 yards out. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And that will swell the lead to 16. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Brian Allen, and they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
All right, here we go. Boo, 90! Detroit! Detroit! Boo, 90!
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Leopard! Leopard!
Instead of a run, Lauletta wants to throw it. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Lauletta to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Taco Charlton. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Now here's Michael Dixon. He'll boot it away from about his 35. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
Go. Get set.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. One final try now for Carr. Over the middle, complete. That's Bird. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30.
Somebody call for the queen.
But I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back. Carry it like I'm moving the. I told him the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning. Skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rest in the morning. I had me a pop by the morning. I had me some breaks by the morning. I had a sis by the morning. I got on a meat on the morning. The rats keep me up on the folium. I had a in my shoulder. You got a picture. You got to picture me. Pacific ice on my ocean. Ready for war like I'm Russian. Ladies should never the luggage. My diamonds, they tussling. My neck and my belly. They calling for me and they. You want me like me and I look. Yeah. trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rest in the morning, I had me up by the morning, I had me some breaks by the morning, I had a sis by the morning, I got on a meat, no pneumonia, the rats keep me up on the podium, I had a in my shoulder, you got a picture.
You got a picture me, send me calling, ready for war like Korea, headlining shows out in Poland, you should be cleaning my mansion. My peasant's disgusting. Why don't you act like a Hoffman and go get to dustin'? Yeah, latex on my. Go clean my crown. Can't hear my haters from way up here. They don't make a sound. Money goes on me. White paint on my toes. Listen to new alert. Be mad. Jumping in the bed, then I switch to the ghost. Like who's you? Remember this face, cause I'm that you gon' lose too. Dripping in ice, you looking at you. It's squad goals win. Are you pretty like no?
I never did anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rest in the morning, I had me up by the morning, I had me some breaks by the morning, I had a sis by the morning, I got on a meat, no pneumonia, the rats keep me up on the ocean, I had a in my shoulder, you got a picture. Jumping in the bed with 2 dark teeth, man, who's you? My shawty pulling up with a real bad, you too. Dripping my swag, about tag on, I got it in the bag, man, I'm getting all type of cash, I'm a general truth.
Have an all-white rank. Couldn't hit if it had ain't. Lanes can't call and you lame. You had it and you lost it, all the shame. I can buy a Billy, don't talk to me. For a show, 150, don't talk. Did it, and you know, shining like acrylic.